Yo, welcome back to the Anti-Fat Equation Chronicles, day 16. We got a lot to catch up on today. Let's go.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Call your champion. I have the power!
Hey. It's another beautiful day in Bonnie Lake, Washington. It's about 70-something today. And welcome back. Did you miss me? I missed you a bit, but not really because I was busy. And now I'm back to catch you up. So when we last spoke, it was before my big weekend on the coast with my wife to relax and unwind and to enjoy each other. And I was worried because when I go out of towns, typically I don't eat well because when I'm at home, it's very controlled. The eating is controlled. I know exactly what I'm having for breakfast. I know exactly what I'm having for mid-morning snack. I know exactly what I'm having for lunch. So on mid-afternoon snack, dinner, etc. Dinner varies depending on what's going on with the household, but generally it's, I can count on what I'm eating. When I go out of town, I usually have to eat out a lot more. Which is a part of it, and then you just tend to fall off a little bit, which I did. I ate well on Friday. Saturday, I ate well, but I ate a lot, so I ate too much. Had some halibut and a veggie medley, which was the good thing that I ate. But I also had a sausage burrito from McDonald's and a hash brown and a smoothie from Dutch Brothers. So I didn't do great, but I didn't do terrible. The thing that helped was we didn't stop moving. Like, even though we were on the beach, I still wanted to get my minimum steps in every single day, which I did. I exceeded. I got in about 4 miles on Friday, 3 miles on Saturday, and then 7 miles on Sunday. And it was incredible. Like, I was fishing and not catching anything like usual. And my friend Chris, though, is helping me figure out how to fish correctly. So I think that I might be using the wrong stuff in the wrong temps, in the wrong types of waters, in the wrong seasons. So it's about presentation, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I don't want to talk about fishing because I suck at it and I need therapy. But anyway, so the walking was good. I got in all the walking, and when I first got back home yesterday, I got up in the morning, and before I ate anything, and weighed myself like I do, and I had gained 3 pounds. So I was back up to 288, and it was what I expected to have happened. One, it was really hot on Sunday, and I retained a lot of water, and I didn't eat so well on Saturday night, or on Saturday. So it was what I expected. But the following day, Tuesday, today, I am back where I'm supposed to be. Oh, and I got in another 6 miles yesterday. And today I'm back where I was on track to be going into last weekend, back at 285.2 or 0.4. Anyway, so I'm really pleased with that. And that is strictly a result of continuing to move every day, no matter what I'm doing, and making the outside your gym, and all that cool stuff that we've already talked about a million times. I wanted to say this. I definitely must see, when I was little, ADD wasn't a thing. It wasn't like a popular kid thing like it is now. I never really thought about it, but my mind, it switches tracks all the time, and I start talking about something random. I think I might have adult ADD, whatever that might be. But I don't care because my mind is moving a million miles a second. And I'm always thinking about different scenarios and different outcomes and different plans and different everythings. So keep up if you can. What's up about? Oh yeah. So a long time, like a year ago, I auditioned for this really cool project. And I didn't get the role that I auditioned for. But the producer of the show emailed me and said, you know, we went in a different direction for that character, but I have another one that I think you might be right for. So they gave me another bunch of sides to audition for a different character, which I did, and I sent it in. And this was about maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago, not quite that long ago. And then I didn't hear anything, and then I heard, hey, we're still making our decision. We'll get back to you. Now, as a voice actor, that doesn't happen very often. Like, you don't usually hear from the creators unless you book the role. If you book the role, you'll hear something. If you don't, it's usually you never hear anything again until the next time you audition for these people. So I thought it was really cool that they reached out to me and told me what was going on and kind of where they were at in the process and where I was at in the process. And it let me know that even though I wasn't right for the first role that I auditioned for, they liked my audition enough to consider me for a different role altogether, and then reached out to me and asked me if I would want to audition for the other role, to which I said, of course I would. And they said so much. They said, you know, you really stood out. You weren't quite right for that role, but we knew we had to have you do something. So thank you for your efforts, and here are some more audition sites. I did the new audition and sent it in, and heard back from them today. I didn't get that role either. See, so we celebrate our successes and our failures, but in every failure, you're either learning a lesson or it's not a failure, like it's something else in disguise. So they told me that I did not get the role that I auditioned for, but they said that they have a couple of roles. They're a little bit smaller, but they're crucial to the story. One is an unearthly character, if you will, and the other is just a small role. But the unearthly type character is a continuous thing. And I told them that I would be happy to do whatever they needed me to do. I just wanted to be of service and to be a part of the project if they needed me in any way. And I said all that to say this. The audition is the job. Everyone that does this professionally and full-time, or even not full-time, but does this professionally or on a professional level, knows that the audition is the job. You do the best you can on the audition, and then it leaves your mind. As soon as you hit send, as soon as you submit it to your agents or to the company that's directly asking you for it, it's done. Once you've done the audition, it's over. You move on to the next thing. You have to do that, or otherwise you go crazy wondering, oh, how did I do? I wonder if I'm, don't wonder that. Don't wonder if you're in the running. Don't wonder if you auditioned well against the others. Like, just do your best and send it with the comfort and the knowledge that you did your best shot. And whatever happens, happens. Some roles you're not meant for, but you're meant for something else. So you keep going and you keep going until you find the perfect pairing. And the universe tells you that this is the role that you were waiting for. This is the thing that was meant for you all along. And keep your faith. So always work hard, put in the time, put in the work. And when it comes time to get in the booth, play, and play hard. So that when you send that audition in, you left everything on the mic that you could. For this particular audition, the first one, it was a guy that was trickling kind of into insanity, and I just really went all out. And this is the first time that I really kind of left left it all on the table for that type of a thing. Something that I hadn't done before. I mean, I like crazy. I love crazy. But I hadn't really done a guy that goes from sane to insane in a matter of literally moments on an audition, on audition sites. And I felt pretty good about it when I sent it in, but I feel good about a lot of stuff that I don't get. I'm a fan of me, so you got to be a fan of yourself before anyone else will be. I learned that in music the hard way. But yeah, so I thought that was super awesome. I thought it was great. I can't discuss anything at this point. When I can, I'll share. But I was really just kind of amazed and in awe of this creative type who reached out to me on multiple occasions just to kind of keep me in the loop. And I thought that said a lot about her. I thought that said a lot about them and damn, I'm gonna have to edit that. I thought that said a lot about the production team and the type of people that they are. Thought it was great. So always put your best foot forward in your auditions or in your representation of yourself. Because if that's the first time that they're getting a glimpse of you, chances are if they're interested, they're going to start looking into you. Make sure that you are consistent in your efforts, consistent in your material that you present to the world, consistent in your kind of persona, you know. And that's what I've been doing for the past years. I've consistently been on the same path, consistently working on the same small details that I've been working on. And when things start to pay off, it's a nice feeling. It's nice feeling noticed by your peers and people you look up to, especially your great mentor, the one and only Steve Bloom, who I have class with tonight.
J.B. Blanc was amazing.
Just surround yourself with the people that do the things you want to do. Surround yourself and learn and soak it in and follow that example, because there are common themes if you look for them in this business and every other. In voice acting, the common thread is that the good guy finishes first. Like, the good guy wins in this business. Not in music, not in on camera, but in voice acting, I truly believe that the good guy wins. So keep putting that awesome energy into the universe. Keep celebrating your victories and your defeats, or your temporary setbacks is what I like to call them. Keep celebrating your friends. Like, that's what makes this community so special and so unique, is that we celebrate each other. We celebrate each other all the time, and it's awesome. There's nothing else like it in the world. And I am very seasoned. I know worldly things. I've been to a place or two, experienced a thing or three, if you know what I mean. No, I am just elated with this business, and it never ceases to amaze me. Speaking of my great mentor, let's take a pause for the cause and listen to his awe-inspiring words.
Okay, and this one is for Heath. Heath, I just want to give you a quick shout out. Heath has studied with me, and he is crushing it out there. Heath is amazingly gifted, and he's booking now. And dude, I'm just so proud of you. I just have to say that I'm really, really proud of you, and for really taking it and running with it. You know, a lot of people study voiceover, but not everybody really follows through. And, one of my goals in these classes, I think, like for any teacher, is really for their students to thrive and get out there and not only enjoy it, but, incorporate that into part of their life so that they enrich their life. And Heath has not only done that, but he's actually taken it to the next level, and he's really getting noticed out there. So, well done, buddy. And I got the message. I'm going to write something on here. I love you too. And I can't believe that you bought a print. Silly man. Silly man. All right. So there's not a lot of room to write on these things, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to open up a brand new fresh pen so that I can write a little bit more on there. Oh, that's not brand new and fresh. Looked like it was, but it wasn't. One of these might be good. Let's see. Something, yeah, it's got a nice fine point. I want to put a fine point on it. So I just wrote, so damn proud of you. Can't wait to work together.
Isn't he great? My mentor. I am so proud to call him my teacher and friend. There is no one in this business that I look up to and respect more. For the simple fact that I see the kindness in his daily life. Like, I see his gratitude on full display. I see him living the way that the same things that he talks about. I see him living those things. And I try to emulate that in my life and my journey. Because, to be honest, I was already that type of person. And to find a mentor in Steve, and a person with the same values that I have as a human being, and as a man, a father, it meant everything to me. Coincidentally, he was the first person that I sought out when I became a voice actor. When I became a voice actor, I told you guys this before, I didn't really know who the actors were. I needed someone that I could relate to registry-wise, and a low, gravelly sound, and he fit the bill perfectly. And coincidentally, he and Chuck Duran, Demos That Rock, VO Buzz Weekly, are the very two first people in voiceover that I contacted and created a rapport with. And now I consider them dear friends, mentors, teachers, and just brothers, really. These guys are awesome. That being said, I reached out to a lot of people when I first got into the business. People that I thought I could learn from, people that I admired and wanted to pick their brain. And in this industry, unlike any other, they were responsive. They gave real feedback and valuable information that you couldn't pay enough money to have those type of people to feed you that type of information. In music, whether secular or gospel, didn't matter. They were not people like this. At the top of their game, giving knowledge away freely. VO Buzz Weekly is a masterclass for voice actors, and it's free, and it's regular. Well, not since COVID, but it's a regular, recurring thing that you can count on. You can go back and watch the 500 videos or more. It's been a while since I counted, but I mean, there is a plethora, and every voice actor that you can pretty much think about. With the exception of a few that are probably yet to come on the show. But I mean, it is just a vast wealth of knowledge and inspiration and example. And the common thread amongst the greats centers on an attitude of gratitude and a love for what we do. You cannot get into this because you want to be famous. You can't get in this because you want to be rich. You cannot get into this for any reason other than you love the craft and you just can't imagine your life without it. And that's what it is. That's what it is to me. That's what it is to most of you that I know and talk to. And that is another common thread that we share together. I love it so much. Between Steve and Chuck, and then people like Townsend Coleman and Bill Farmer and Bob Bergen and Rob Paulson and Maurice LaMarche and James Arnold Taylor and David Hayter and so many guys, man. Kari Payton, Phil Lamar. There's way too many. Like, there's so Tara Strong. They're so kind, Gray Delisle. They're so kind and giving and transparent. Just not what you would expect from people that are stars. I mean, quite frankly, Steve Bloom is in the Guinness Book of World Records for most prolific video game voice actor. That's huge. That's major. Chuck Duran is the best demo producer in the world. That's like when I was making music. If I was to just, reach out to Dr. Dre or someone like, or Puffy, and be like, hey man, I'm really interested in a music career, and I'm green, I know that, but here's a sample of what I do, and what do you think? And getting any kind of response at all would be a miracle. Wouldn't happen. Just wouldn't happen. Chances are they're never even going to see the message. But not only did Chuck respond in kind with valuable information, he never left my side. Obviously not physically. But whenever I reach out to Chuck, he's there. It's a mutual respect and an acknowledgement that each other, he to me and I to him, holds value in our lives. And how could you want anything else? You see, I didn't come to these guys with an expectation that they could help me secure a job or put me in a show or on a game or in a project. That wasn't my intention. My intention was to learn from the best in the business. My intention was to take the nuggets and wisdom that they offer freely and apply it to my journey in my life. The object was to become a better actor. The object was to become a versatile voice actor, from commercial to animation to video game to narration to promo to trailer. I love it all of it. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know about commercial. Commercial is the bread and butter of a voice actor. Commercial work is the backbone and cornerstone of everything else that we do. And for me to have people like Bob Bergen and Joe Cipriano to light fire under me and really be honest with me when I came out of the gates just super hyper eager and overzealous, thinking that because I knew how to record myself in a studio alone without a director, and because I had been making music for 30 years, that I was naturally going to be ready. And I wasn't. And the words sting. at first. Like, they kind of stink, you know, to have your hero be like, dude, you're green. Don't even contact me until you've done some training. You know what I'm saying? But not like that lit the fire. But they were never like, dude, I told you, I don't want to hear. I told you I didn't want to hear from you. Because Bob Bergen has been a wealth of knowledge for every single person that has asked a unique question in the Bloomvox Studio community, or just on social media in general. I've seen him respond to tweets. I've seen him respond to Instagram. I've seen him respond to email. I mean, mine. I've seen him respond to every question that had some merit, unless he had already answered it. That, if that's not the model human being that I want to look up to and emulate, I don't know what is. Like, he's straight up with me since day one. And when he told me I wasn't ready, I listened to him, and I got I started training. And then I realized that this was a constant thing, that I would never stop training, never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop evolving. And then the pure joy that I felt when it was time for me to record my commercial demo, and I was able to share it with him and with Joe Cipriano, who told me a very similar thing, but a little bit harsher. I was really upset with Joe for the first year. I didn't contact him again, and I was upset about some of the things that he said. But then I contacted him again, and I told him that I was upset about some things that he said, and he explained that a lot of people make the move and make the jump without being fully prepared and understanding what the work requires. And I needed to get some time under my belt to see what the business was about, other than just, ooh, I can make cool noises with my mouth. And when I came back to these guys with my demo in hand and showed it to them, both of them responded with a resounding, that was perfect. Like, that was outstanding, right? Joe said, I'd have to go back and look at the emails, but Joe said that my Nike spot, first spot on the demo, was the perfect spot and the perfect read. He said my voice was perfect, the spot was perfect, and it sounded perfect. Coming from the best promo guy that's ever put his mouth to a microphone, just about, in my opinion anyway, that was huge. That was life-altering. Speaking with Jess Harnell was life-altering. And whenever you're stagnant and you feel the lulls, because this is a business of highs and lows, don't make any mistake about it. As soon as you're done recording, you're unemployed until your next job. Believe that. That is a reality in the acting world. But to have these legends tell me, give me compliments, and really all the credit goes to Chuck, because he directed me, he produced it. He is the master manipulator of greatness. And he was able to bring my authentic self to those reads. And everyone is my authentic self. Our authentic self has so many different variations, different tones, different moods, still being our authentic voices. That was one of the things that I had to learn early on. And it still can be difficult when you get those auditions and you're not sure which direction to take it. Just go with what it feels like to you. That's the read that's probably right. You know, that Nike, man, is so motivational. We've all had those times when we felt defeat hovering, but somehow we found the strength to overcome our weakness, erase the noise and the doubters. It is perfect in pitch, in tone, in feel. I love it. I love all the spots. I do. even the ones I struggled with. Maybe a Ameritrade. I don't remember how many takes that took, but when I was practicing, it took like 19 to get it the way I wanted it. Different story, different day. Great experience. I will go in depth one day and talk about the whole Demos That Rock experience, how the spots were catered specifically to the artist, how much thought is given, consideration, and then the process. Just phenomenal. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Especially if that's your calling card, guys. Like, make sure that when you're doing your demos, you're doing it with a professional that wants to bring the best out of you, that knows the current trends and what's going on in the business. Otherwise, you might have some outdated stuff. You might have some spots that no one's really looking for, etc. Just do what you got to do to really enjoy the moments. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more in. I'll be back in a minute.
A couple things to you, okay? You, dude, have always stood out to me. Okay, sincerely, I'm not just saying this. It's not lip service. Look at that, okay? And that big smile of yours that you keep showing.
I
That's
know.
enough.
I was
Right,
just
look at
gonna
that.
say
Okay,
that.
and
Like
you-
when he came on, he was just like,
you're gracious. You're respectful. You're talented. You're driven. You're not giving up. You're taking the steps. All of these things, bro, add up to one thing, and that's success.
Yeah.
Okay, now it doesn't matter. I don't know if it's going to be success next month or in a year and a half from now.
Right.
But as long as I'm talking to you particularly, I'm not talking to a room full of people, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you keep doing the stuff that you in particular are doing, I have no doubt about you.
I
Okay.
love that.
And
That means everything
and,
coming from you.
neither for that matter, neither does Chuck Duran, because he sings your praises too. And dude,
I can't even begin to tell you what he's meant to me.
Okay, well, but see that attitude, that's the attitude that I still have every time I walk into a job, Heath, every day.
Yeah. Isn't he great? Dude, that was a highlight, man. These mentors that know that you're alive, like, they light a fire and you hold on to those memories. And every time you're feeling like, man, I got to get out of bed and do whatever, these auditions, or learn this audio technique, or work on commercial copy, get in a workout group, whatever it is that you're doing, that's the grind part of this. Have those moments to hold on to. And when you're feeling less than great, remind yourself how great you are. Remind yourself daily that you deserve to be here just like the rest of us. There's a place. There's enough work for everybody. There's a place for you. There's a place for me. There's a place for your voice type. There's a place for mine. And just because, and I was ranting about this last week about not being able to do walking. Jess Harnell does a fantastic walking. Maybe I'll see if he can train me up one of these days. But just because you can't do a voice, or you can't do something that someone else does. Like James Arnold Taylor has a one-man show where he goes through, I don't remember what the count was, but it was a ridiculous number of voice variations and different characters. He does like this connected universe of vocals. It's phenomenal. If you have not seen it, look up James Arnold Taylor. He's the voice of Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars and several other things. Johnny Test, several other things. Look it up. Look up the James Arnold Taylor, or JAT, J-A-T actor, one-man show. It is phenomenal. You will not be sorry. Here's a clip.
My work as a voice actor is doubling celebrities when they're not available. And all voices are tones. And basically, you can get from one tone to the next by, adding some depth, or giving it a little texture, raising the pitch, or giving it an accent. So if we start somewhere around here and change just small aspects of my voice, we'll find that my voice is very similar to a lot of different celebrities. One that I recently discovered that I love is Michael Emerson from Lost. You remember he played Benjamin Linus, and well, he had such a way of talking that everything he said sounded a little creepy. And just a little off. Now, if we take the creep factor out and round it off and make it a little more folksy, you get Ron Howard. If you lose the folk and give it some soul, you get Justin Timberlake. Now it's becoming like a social network of voices. Use some wizardry in the British accent, you get Daniel Radcliffe. Lay it back, give it a little twang, you get yourself Matthew McConaughey. Shift it over just a little and you get Christian Slater, who if you drop down in tone is Jack Nicholson. Raise it back up and seem less interested and you get David Spade. And you are, oh, I'm McLovin, and I totally sound just like, whoa, wait a second, Doc, this is heavy, it's me again. So let's drop it down in tone and you get Shia LaBeouf. Whoa, wait a second, Optimus, you mean to tell me my car is a robot? Oh, this is like, unbelievable. I gotta go tell Sandy, because it's crazy the way these voices intertwine. The way I break up my sentence structure is not that dissimilar to a smarter than the average bear. Hey, Ruffy boy. Hey, Fred, there, Sammy. To properly connect the voices there, you just gotta Gunga, the Gunga. Gunga the Gunga. You talking to me? Huh? You talking to me, Gunga the Gunga? Well, if I'm curt with you, I'm sorry. It's just, I love you, Spartacus.
Oh, Yogi, those all sound the same. I'm gonna tell Mr. Ranger and he'll make them off like a camera films. Oh yeah, like a can of spinach.
Well, blow me down and hoo-ha, you know what I mean? You ever notice Al Pacino slowly turning into Jim Ignatowski from Taxi? Okay. I mean, great Scott, there's a direct correlation between voices. This is temporal experiment number 1. If you take Dr. Emmett Brown and teach him karate, you get Hong Kong Fooey, #1 super guy. Give him a British accent and you get John Hurt. Take away the accent and bring it down to almost a whisper, and it's Jack Palance. Actually, I think it's Eastwood, punk. Well, go ahead, make my voice. Well, that depends on your definition of the word voice, because if you give mine a surfer twang, you get Nicolas Cage, who always seems to start a sentence here, but by the end, he's really hot and way up here. He's kind of like Frank Caliendo doing John Madden. Or Dana Carvey doing Regis Philbin. He's out of control. I'm not gonna do Dana Carvey doing George Bush. Wouldn't be prudent. I'm gonna do Dana Carvey doing Johnny Carson. Of course, if I want to do the real Johnny Carson, well, then I need to drop my voice down in tone to right about there, right? Hi-oh, or is it actually, yeah, mate. Right, it's not Johnny Carson. No, it's Johnny Depp, who sometimes, oh, a chocolatier, or, oh, this is making me madder than a hatter, Alice. Oh, that's funny with the matter and the hatter and the... Whoa. Funny how? Funny like a clown, like I'm here to amuse you, huh? Because I'm not a clown. I'm a chicken hawk and you're my chicken. No, boy. I say you got it all wrong, son. I'm not a chicken. I'm a therapist, boy. And what you need is a checkup from the neck up. Because it's an inconvenient truth that life is like a box of chocolates. I like the ones with the peanut, yeah. Wah, hey, yo, ooh, ah, ooh. That's how it starts. And then there's running and screaming. And it's like me in a relationship. It's a no-win situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because I sound like you, you sound like me. If we move our voices sideways, you get Paul Giamatti. Or is it Paul Reiser? You know what I mean? But the whole question really is, who are these people? Zoinks, like, hey, Scoob, all these crazy voices, like, blend together. Well, it's tricky. Tricky it is, yes. Near and far. Right, Ricky, did you say tricky? Because I gotta tell you, I got no respect at all. Oh, but if I did, that'd be great, Gazoo. Yeah, but don't do. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, Mary. Oh, man. Oh, Shazbot. No. Spot. Scotty. Zulu. Judy, Jane, get me off this crazy thing. Heavens to Murgatroyd, exit stage left even. Humana. Meow. Blah. Ah. Ho.
Alrighty then, the ring it around town. Okay. As a matter of fact, we got a great show for you tonight, but that's all the time we have, so that's all, folks.
how incredibly great was that? That was phenomenal. And he is a good follow. Like, he does things where he'll take you to auditions with him in his car, vlog. He does chat video vlogs. And just so much inspiration and so much awesomeness to aspire to. Why not latch on to mentors and people that do it the way you want to do it, or do it the way it should be done, just as an example, if nothing else. Who's to stop you? Like, soak it all in. Take the bits that you need and create your own lane, your own style, your own signature. We all have our own signatures. We do, believe it or not. We all have our own signatures, and they're all unique, and they're all worthy. So I'm gonna probably get in another 2 miles or so. As I'm slicing this together, I'm at about 3 miles. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much for enjoying this series and enduring my long-windedness and all that good stuff. Thanks again, Chris Robin, for the intro video. My dude, I appreciate it. It's awesome. And for video editing tips, you guys just keep going. All right, guys, that was a good 4 miles. And I forgot to talk about fishing, so maybe next episode. See you later.
We've all had those times when we felt defeat hovering. But somehow, we found the strength to drown out the noise and the doubters. No matter how impossible it seems, we can always find our way back. Nike, typical, and Jeep are never said in the same breath. Do it all and then some in the new Jeep Gladiator, the truck built to take on any terrain. From Broadway to hip-hop and every genre in between. Whatever your mood or your jam, Spotify it. As a music producer, I have inspiration and ideas coming at me from all sides. My Dell Precision mobile workstation, which I like to call the Beast, has the speed, power, and reliability I need to be free to create the kind of content I want from just about anywhere.
Taco Bell is the greatest in the world.
Oh, hey, it's time to go clubbing VIP style with sizzling hot bacon wrapped up in a fluffy as a cloud chalupa shell. You think you're ready, but are you really? The Bacon Club Chalupa, now at Taco Bell. Smart investors trust the TD Ameritrade mobile app. It puts the tools you need to manage your accounts, analyze market data, and place commission-free trades at your fingertips. When you know your value, you won't settle for anything less.